About a week ago, I set out on a journey. A tedious and frustrating journey. I had to 100% Hades, the first one. And by 100% I mean unlocking all achievements, not completing the entire game and all of its content, as there is still a considerable amount of content left, even after finishing the main story and all achievements. Long story short, the grind was painful. From achieving some goals relatively easily, to spending 3 nights of mind-numbing grinding only to get one achievement, it's safe to say this grind was annoying. And I never want to go through this again, well, until they release achievements for Hades 2. But anyways, for this video we're gonna go through the 5 achievements I had the worst time grinding for. So grab some popcorn, get something to drink, and enjoy my pain. Let's get started. Now firstly, in case you don't know what this sick game is, it's called Hades. It's a roguelike dungeon crawler based on Greek mythology. You play as Zacharias, the son of Hades, who is the god of the underworld. Your goal here is basically to be a stereotypical teenager and constantly go against your parents' words, but with a lot more interesting family than the average person. You live in the house of Hades and have to escape by constantly fighting your way through Tartarus, Asphodel, Elysium, and Styx to reach the surface. But the enemies you'll have to defeat aren't even the main enemies that you'll have to face. No, the real enemy of 100% completion in Hades is RNG. This game thrives on randomness. Need a specific duo boon for prophecy? Pray the gods give it to you. Trying to trigger an NPC's final dialogue? Better hope the game decides that this time you'll get it, rather than giving you some pointless dialogue. Looking for that one specific fish for the journal? Well, welcome to RNG hell, as some fish points have as rare a spawn as 7%. Some achievements require not just skill, but just pure dumb luck. And nothing tests your patience more than doing run after run hoping for something that's completely out of your control to finally happen. RNG plays a big part in the game, and when the achievements require RNGs to be on your side, you best believe it's gonna be a tough grind. And it's very, very rage-inducing. So you know, overall, a pretty fun time. At the 5th spot, we have the achievement called Thanks But No Thanks, and it requires you to purge a legendary boon, which basically just means selling. Now at first, it might not sound too difficult, but the more details you learn about it, the harder it becomes. First off, legendary boons are already pretty hard to get, as is. Not only do they have prerequisites, meaning you'll need a tier 1 and a tier 2 boon to even have the chance to get a legendary boon, but you'll also need luck, as there's a 12% chance for you to get the legendary boon by default, with no effects from, for example, the Mirror of Night. And then on top of that, when you finally get your legendary boon, you might not even get the chance to sell it, since the pool of purging will automatically pick 3 boons for you. I had so many runs where the pool of purging wouldn't even give me the option of selling my legendary boons. Plus, legendary boons are pretty good, obviously, since they're legendary, so that will hurt your soul a bit too if you're actually trying to complete a run because, well, you have to sell your super good item. So, yeah. At number 4, we have Infernal Arms. This achievement requires you to unlock all weapon aspects. There are a total of 6 weapons in the game. Each weapon has 4 aspects that can be unlocked using Titan Blood. Aspects become available 1 run after the rail has been unlocked, and the player has collected at least 1 Titan Blood. Now getting all 6 weapons and the 3 of their 4 aspects isn't really a big deal. The only tedious part about that is getting the Titan Blood to unlock the aspects, as Titan Blood is quite annoying to get. But where this achievement becomes really annoying is when you have to get the hidden aspects. Yes, one of the 4 aspects are hidden for each weapon. To even be able to unlock the hidden aspect, you'll have to obtain the fated list of minor prophecies from the house contractor, reach the final boss, Hades, unlock all other aspects of the weapons using Titan Blood, and spend at least 5 Titan Blood on upgrading the weapon. And then finally, you'll have to speak with the specific character who knows the weapon's waking phrase. For the sword, you'll need to speak with Nyx. For the spear, you'll have to speak to Achilles. For the shield, you'll have to speak with Chaos. For the bow, you'll need to speak with Artemis. And for the twin fist, you'll have to speak with Asterius. And for the adamant rail, you'll have to speak with Zeus. All of this doesn't sound too bad, except for getting all the Titan Blood you'll need to unlock everything. But in my case, what made this achievement so annoying, and the reason that it's on this spot, is when I had to unlock the twin fists and the shield. Of course, when I had to speak with Chaos for the shield, Chaos would never spawn until late. And for the Twin Fists, when you have to speak to Asterius, or the Bull of Minos, it took me like 3 to 4 runs to even meet Asterius. When you have to talk to Asterius, you'll have to face him as a mini-boss alone, not in the final battle with Theseus. And of course, this is when this pink asshole mini-boss decides to show up constantly instead of Asterius. And this is at a point where I'm just trying to get the achievement done. I don't really care about getting to Hades and defeating Hades because everything on the surface is done. So it's just a huge waste of time for me, and it frustrated me so much. So yeah, that's why this one is the 4th choice. At the 3rd spot, we have Skelly's Last Lamentations. This requires you to earn the 2nd of Skelly's prizes. Skelly's prizes are these covered items, or useless trinkets as Zacharias calls them, in the training area. You can unlock them by beating the game with a heat level of 8 for the first one, 16 for the second one, and 32 for the third one. Luckily, there isn't an achievement for the third one, only the first and the second. Now, to be honest, the achievement can be hard or easy. It very much depends on which punishments you choose in the Pact of Punishments to reach the 16 heat level. My first run, I chose some terrible punishments, and for that reason I ended up losing to Hades in the final battle after having spent like 30 minutes grinding. And at this point I'm actively grinding for the achievement, just like with the Aspects one, and this is also after the Chaos one, which we'll get to later, but I'm already tilted at this point, and having to escape with these settings just to lose to Hades when he was 2 hits from dying sent me into a rage so intense I could probably 1v1 a T-Rex. Honestly. Not kidding. But I did manage to get it on my 2nd try the next day. I rage quit, yeah. A quick shout out and thank you to the Aspect of Arthur. This is actually so OP though, for real. For the 2nd spot, I've chosen the Thorn of Thanatos achievement. This one requires you to reach increased damage of 30% with Thanatos' keepsake, the Pierced Butterfly. You can get the keepsake by simply gifting Thanatos some nectar and he'll give you it in return. Now I've got to admit, when I got the achievement, it had become significantly easier. At 3 stars, the keepsake will give you plus 2% for each chamber you get through without taking damage. And when I tried it, I would get 2% every time. And if there was a chamber in between where I took damage, I wouldn't get the plus 2% damage for that chamber. However, if I won the next chamber after the one where I took damage, the percentage would start stacking again. This allowed me to get the achievement pretty fast, and when I told my friend about it, he was shocked. He was so shocked, because apparently they had changed the way the keepsake works. When he 100%ed the game, that achievement was one of the toughest. See, the way it used to work is that if you start a run, and let's say you win 3 chambers without taking damage, you'd get plus 6% damage. But if you then take damage the next chamber, the damage percent would lock at 6% for the entire run. Even if you win the next chambers without taking damage, you're stuck at 6%. This means you'd have to win 15 to 30 chambers depending on your keepsake rank in a row, without taking any damage at all. 30 chambers is pretty much Tartarus, Asphodel, and Elysium without any damage. No damage at all. That's insanely hard. So I am eternally grateful for this change, because I was postponing this achievement because of this very fact. Now, before we get to the number 1 spot, I have to give a quick honorable mention to the Primordial Boons prophecy, which requires you to get every Chaos Boon. This isn't an achievement in and of itself, but it can be a part of the achievement to fulfill 15 prophecies. But the reason this is an honorable mention is because I spent 3 days grinding for the legendary boon. I was only missing the legendary boon, and it took me 3 nights to get it. To get the chance of the legendary boon, you'll need any of the other Chaos Boons first, and then take every Chaos opportunity you can get. This specific prophecy frustrated me so much. As mentioned before, it took me 3 days to get it. And that's including rerolls, cosmic eggs, and all other upgrades you can get to increase your chances of a better boon. On a good run, I would find maybe 2 to 3 Chaos Gates, including when I could buy one from the Well of Charon. And Chaos just refused every single time to offer me the legendary boon. When I finally managed to get it, I swear to God I could cry. It hit harder than waking up on Christmas morning as a kid. At the first and final spot, we have Friends Forever. This achievement requires you to max rank each standard keepsake. Now this one isn't really hard to get, but it's very time consuming. Firstly, you'll obviously need every keepsake, so running around giving every character you find some nectar, no biggie. But then comes the leveling part. To get a keepsake to level 2, you'll need to clear 25 encounters with it equipped. And for level 3, you'll need to clear another 50 encounters. So to max rank a keepsake, you'll need 75 encounters in total to max it out. There are 25 standard keepsakes, which are the ones at the top rows, not the 6 companion ones on the lower row. This means you'll need to run through a total of 1,875 encounters to max out every single one. Again, not too hard, but very annoying and time consuming, and will definitely test your commitment and willpower. And that's my journey to 100%ing Hades. If you ever thought about doing it yourself, just know it's a ride and a half. But I want to hear from you guys. Have you ever tried to fully complete Hades? Or do you maybe have a different top 5? I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe even offer a gift or something to the RNG gods for good luck. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.